Hello, Sagittarius. This is your reading for the time period of December 1st to the 14th, 2019. For those of you who are new to my channel or you're just visiting, welcome to Amani's Life Work. For those of you who have been here from the beginning of time, I truly appreciate your continuous love and support. Okay, so it is Friday here in NYC. If you're outside of the country, and you're, living in a time zone that's a little bit different, it is Friday here in NYC. Okay, it's cold. Friday is getting cold. If you do live in the Northeast area of the United States, please feel free to, or anyone for that matter, please feel free to send me an email. I have a special invitation for you. Okay. Okay. So it is your season, by the way. So let's see what energies are coming through for you. Because I have their stuff. So whoever the there is, but let's see. So someone could be saying that about you, but I left it with. So if someone is saying that about you, you could have intentionally left your stuff with. I had a Cancer. You could have intentionally left your documents and paperwork and things of that nature, or it could just be things. It doesn't have to be. I know a lot of these readings are heavy into business, heavy into information, heavy into documents and things of that nature, but it doesn't necessarily have to be those things. It could be things like, I also get furniture. So it could be furniture. It could be furniture. It could be, what else would you be able to travel with? Clothes, toiletries and things. Cancer holds those things for you. So when I hit toiletries, a Cancerian energy keeps those things for you. So you could be taking business trips, whoever the Cancerian energy is. You could be taking a business trip or you could be traveling for work. It just depends on what's happening. Okay. So I did say that you are also responsible for holding someone's thing. So the Cancerian energy that's coming through could be a vice versa situation with holding things and documents and personal belongings and things of that nature. So you could be holding theirs as well. So the spirit's giving me this feeling is that that could be something that you always do with a their trunk. That could be something that you often do with the Cancerian energy, but you may keep that stuff if they drive. You could keep that stuff in their trunk, or they keep that stuff in your trunk if you are a driver. Okay, but does that have to be a Cancerian energy? It could be whatever zodiac sign that you have, but let's find out whose stuff you're holding if it's not a Cancer. But it doesn't even have anything to do with that. It just feels, I get a vacation, it just feels like you could be taking a vacation and you want, I get personal documents. You could be taking a regular vacation, but you just may want an external business partner or another family member, or I also had a cousin. You want a cousin, you want another external family member, you want a friend, business partner. You want them to hold it. Your business partner may not be taking a business travel with you. You could be just doing that on your own, but you just need them to hold your things for you in whatever their setting is that is here. Okay. So the Fool energy is underneath. I don't necessarily like saying Fool, but that's just the name of the card that is given. But I like to say Journey energy as well with the Zero card. Sometimes I call it the Zero card, the Fool card, or the Journey card, with the Zero card energy being underneath. So this is the sign of Aries, but we're traveling together. So the Aries element is underneath. It is a we're traveling together. So that could be the Cancerian energy, family member. The Cancerian energy is a family member, or they could be a family member that you do. The Cancerian could be a family member that you do business with that has your things and has Aries elements things. But I get both male and female. So when I said Aries elements, they're both male and female, and the Cancerian energy could be responsible for holding your things and their things, or two Aries elements. Two Aries elements, the Cancerian energy is holding your things, and a male and a female Aries element with the journey energy underneath. But I also get something about an airport setting. So something could be going on here at paranoia. Something could be going on here with paranoia at an airport setting. Like something could be making you paranoid, but a Cancer. So it has something to do. I forgot something. So a Cancerian energy could have forgotten something. They could have forgotten something that you know what this feels like. This feels like a situation where you could be traveling, but one of the Aries elements. You could be just traveling regular with one of the Aries elements. But what's happening here is that something that is, I got an important document that you may have left with a Cancer, or you ask a Cancerian. It's in a folder, that an important document that you left with a Cancer. It's in a folder that the Cancerian energy has. But I need it to board plane. So when I said that you need it to board a plane, that's why this energy is underneath. The Aries acting erratically. So when I said that the Aries element could end up acting erratically because they could be asking, I thought you had your stuff together. I thought you had all your documents. I thought you had your paperwork and things of that nature. I thought you had all those things together in the folder that you have. I thought you had all those things together in the folder that you had. So that could be the voice of the Cancer to the Aries. That could be the voice of the Cancer to you. That could be the voice of one of the Aries or both of the Aries elements to you. But keep forgetting. So if it's their voice, either they keep forgetting or you keep forgetting. So it just depends on what's going on here. And the Cancer is not going anywhere with you. The Cancer isn't going anywhere with you, but you left your stuff prior. And previously you left your stuff with them, but you're doing something really separate from the Cancer. And one of the documents or paperwork that the Cancer energy has that you asked them to hold, you need it to board a plane. You need it for some, you need it to go to travel with business. So it just depends on what's happening there. And something about that interaction is annoying the Aries, but their stuff is together. Something is annoying the Aries because their stuff is together. So the Aries element could be love partner. The Aries element could be your love slash business partner, or they're just a love partner, or they're a business partner, a new one. They could also be a new one, but their stuff, they don't leave their stuff with Cancer. They don't leave their stuff with a Cancerian energy. They may be good with just, they may be good, but has their own assistant, or they have their own personal assistant that keeps their paperwork and documents and things together. But I need to get on that. So when I said that I need to get on that, or I need to adopt the same idea that an Aries hiring an assistant, I need to adopt the same idea that one of the Aries elements has in terms of hiring an assistant, or in terms of however you want to look at hiring an assistant. You could legitimately be trying to hire an assistant, or you could just have Cancer. Cancerian energy may play that role with you. The Cancerian energy may intentionally or unintentionally play that role with you, and they know that they're doing that, or they know that they're doing that, playing that role with you. They do or they do not. It just depends. You pay them, you don't pay them. They're a family member that you ask to hold things. They're a family member or a friend or a business partner. You ask to hold things. You ask them to hold your things, and they whatever. You pay them, you don't pay them. Or they maybe think the Aries element may think you should pay them. It just depends on what's going on. Or give them some kind of compensation for whatever it is that you ask them to do. The starting point has the Ten of Wands, Leo. The Ten of Wands energy is a Leo, Aries. I did say you were dealing with more than one Aries element, but they're tired. So more than one Aries. You're dealing with Leos that could also be, they're tired of you. They could be tired of you, but keep forgetting. So something, it could be business, whatever it is that's going on here. It's giving me heavy business vibes, like all these readings give me business, but love and friendship and family, it's always intertwined. It's always intertwined in business. So it doesn't matter which section or area of your life I decide to focus on. All of them are intertwined. So it really doesn't matter. So the Ten of Wands energy is in the starting point. And I feel like they're because something important, like an important document that has your name on it. I mean, all documents that you would have that are yours would have your name on it, but one doesn't. So the Ten of Wands energy, one document, when I went on that example, one document does not have your name on it. It doesn't have your name on it, but that's what a Cancer said. So Ten of Wands with the Journey energy, the Zero card energy underneath. A Cancerian energy told you that forgot to sign. A Cancerian energy told you, or they're trying to tell you, or it's the Aries element. You forgot to sign. You forgot to read the fine print. You forgot to sign on this paper. You forgot to sign your name or your signature on this particular paper. But how are we going to board the plane? How are we going to travel? How are we going to take this business trip or whatever it is that you're trying to do? You don't even have to necessarily benefits. You don't even necessarily have to be traveling on the plane. You could just be going to apply for benefits and things of that nature, but forgot an important document. So potentially you could end up forgetting a very important document that you do need to get some that you do need to file for benefits, or it has to do with plane travel, or some type of business travel that you're taking, forgot to sign document. So a business travel that you're taking, you forgot to sign a particular document, and the Cancerian energy that one document the Cancerian energy may have, but holding something on purpose. So when I said that a Cancerian energy may be holding something from you on purpose, so this is interesting, it's almost deceptive also. Something that you think that you forgot to sign. A Cancerian energy has sometimes pretentious or pretending. So something that you need, like an important document that you need to travel with, or in order to get benefits and things of that nature, you need to sign, but it's missing. You need to sign a particular document, but something about that document is missing. But the Cancerian energy may be playing around with you, but and they may have that document, but I see what's going on here. The Cancerian energy may have that document, but what don't want you to travel with Aries. They may not want you to travel somewhere with their aware of your travels that you're taking with Aries or Leo, whichever fire sign, or all the fire signs, or two fire sign energies, or the same kind of situation that happens with you with Aries also may happen with Aries and a Cancer, but they're vindictive. So when I said it, the Cancer may be vindictive, but they may have a right to be vindictive, but keep stepping out on, or keep disappearing from. And that could be, and that you disappearing from a Cancer, but you disappearing from a Cancer with an Aries element is deceptive to the Cancer, and that could be why they're playing around with your paperwork. But the Cancerian energy, you need to do something important. You need to file. You need to get yourself ready for taxes for next year. You need to do a business travel. I'm gonna miss my plane. So when you're gonna miss you're thinking that you're gonna miss your plane, your bus, your Uber, whatever it is, that however extreme of an example, or your business meeting. You don't even have to be flying or traveling anywhere. It's a business meeting. You need an important document. The Cancerian energy has it. I keep getting pretending. They have it, but they're pretending not to have it. But why do you ask them to hold? So the Ten of Wands energy, why you ask the Cancerian energy to hold that? If you think that someone is going to be shady, if you have an inkling that someone doesn't like Aries, if you have an inkling that someone doesn't like an Aries element that you do business with, that you work with, that you're tied to for a reason, or that you're traveling to, if you're thinking that a Cancerian energy, and you have an inkling that a Cancerian energy doesn't, then why would you let them hold your paperwork theirs? Why would you let the Cancerian energy hold the Aries element's paperwork? Why would you let the Cancerian energy hold your paperwork? It is depends on what somebody feels extracted. The Cancer may feel extracted from the business transactions and things that you're doing with fire sign energies. They may feel really extracted from that. But at the same time, you pay little attention to the Cancer. You pay a little attention to the Cancer, but you're also in order to not make them feel like they're extracted, you're giving them a job. You hold my paperwork for me. Put this folder together so they feel like they belong. So the Cancer has to have a feeling. The Cancer needs to feel like they belong. So you're asking them to hold these things for you. Hold my documents and things for you, but you potentially you're gonna end up in a situation, or this could be something that already happens. But Aries sees that. This could be something that often happens with you in the Cancer, but an Aries element observed, or one of the Aries, or both of the Aries elements observe that. But what's happening is potentially you're leaving your stuff with the Cancer. I keep getting they're vindictive, but they're vindictive because they feel extracted. So they're vindictive. The reason into why they're vindictive is because they feel extracted from business deal. They feel extracted from a business deal, but you ask them to hold an important paper for you that needs to be signed, or but made an extra copy. So when I said they may have made an extra copy of something that you have, They made an extra copy, a duplicate. They made a duplicate copy of something that you already have, and trying to make it seem, they may be trying to make it seem like you didn't sign it, when in actuality, you Aries may have that copy. Aries element may have that copy, or when in actuality, you actually did sign that. You actually did sign a particular document that you need to travel with, or go to work with, or file, or do something with benefits with. Why is Cancer doing that? So the Ten of Wands, why is the Cancerian energy doing something that they're doing? Is an Aries element doing something like this with you? But they don't want to see Cancer. So when I said they don't want to see a Cancer, and it could be that you want a Cancerian energy to come with you in the fire sign energy somewhere, or join a business deal with you. That could be something that you want a Cancerian energy to do with you in the fire signs, but the Aries element may disagree. And it could be the Cancerian energy's paperwork that Aries has. It could be the Cancerian energy's paperwork that an Aries element has. And it could be something that the Cancerian energy swore that they swore that they signed, that the Aries has a copy, that the Aries element has a copy of. Ten of Wands energy being in a starting point. So I almost said, I meant to say starting point, but the spirit is something's going on with airports. I almost said starting port. It could have something to do with something with airport, or whatever situation you have going on that has the word port in it. I don't know, with a 10 of 1, or important. PORT. So you add that part of the word into one of those words that you're dealing with there. And if something is important or has something to do with an airport, PORT. 10 of Wands energy being in the starting point. Very interesting. You're waiting on the 9 of Swords, and I had Aquarius. You could be waiting on an Aquarian energy to help you with something. That's why the 9 of Swords energy is in your waiting position. But what did they do? So you want to know what an Aquarian energy, with their business partner. The 9 of Wands energy with the 10 of Wands, something's going on. The Cancer could be the Aquarian friend. The Cancer could be the Aquarian energy's friend, or the Cancer could be partner. The Cancer could just be an Aquarian energy's business partner, their lover, whatever kind of partner, I get identify, whatever kind of partner the Aquarian energy identifies the Cancerian energy to be with them. So this could be a situation here where an Aquarian energy has your paperwork. An Aquarian energy may have your paperwork with the 9 of Swords, with the 10 of Wands energy, with the 10 of Wands energy, with the 9 of Swords energy in the way, but gave it to Cancer. So the Aquarian energy could have given your paperwork or belongings and things of that nature to the Cancerian energy, but I'm unaware. So the 10 of Wands, 9 of Swords, you're unaware that the Aquarian energy transaction, the Aquarian energy may have done some type of transaction with your paperwork, or they ran it through system. They may have your paperwork, but they ran your paperwork through the system, or they logged in something with your paperwork. They logged in for you. They could have logged in your information for you on the computer for you. Ask them to do it. So you may have asked the Aquarian energy to do it, but doesn't know what they're doing. So you may have asked them to do it, but something about what you asked them to do, doing it properly. They may not be doing it properly. That's why the 9 of Swords with the 10 of Wands energy is there. But Aries going to call. So if the Aquarian energy ends up not logging in your information properly, if they end up not getting it back from Cancer, if they end up not getting it back from a Cancer, if they end up not logging it in properly, but they could have the Aquarian energy, they could have asked a Cancerian energy to log that if missing something. The Cancerian energy, oh, I see what's going on here. This is a situation. The Aquarian energy has your stuff. The Aquarian energy may have your things, your information, your documents, whatever it is that needs to be logged into into a computer for processing. They may not understand, or not well versed. They may not be well versed into how to do something properly. So they could have they could be missing a document. So because they're missing a document, they're potentially giving that document to a Cancer to process for them, but also missing it. The Cancerian energy is also missing it, and that's why the 10 of Wands energy and 9 of, but who did you hire? The 10 of Wands energy, the fire sign, the Aries element complaining. The Aries is complaining, and they want to know. Process the documents. They want to know who you asked to process your documents and information for you. It's the Aquarian energy gave it to Cancer. The Aquarian energy gave it to the Cancer. This could be a situation here where you could have had your stuff together. You could have had your stuff together, your documents, your important things together, and what do you call it? Things for benefits. You could have had all that information together, but docked in wrong. So somebody, the Aquarian, whichever air sign element, that you have the Aquarian energies coming to mind heavily because they're a business partner. But what's happened, or lover, their lover that's a business partner, there could be an ex-lover that turned into a business partner, don't want that anymore. So when I said it, you don't want that anymore. But you gave them your stuff to log in, and you don't know the 10 of Wands with 9 of Wands. Somebody may have told you, the Aquarian or whatever. I'm going with them first, and then I'm going to get into the reason to why something's odd happening with the Cancer. Something's going on. The Aquarian energy may have told you, I'm well versed. I know how to log in. I know how to fill out this form online. I know how to process your information online, but really doesn't. So when I said they're going through a list of expertise that they supposedly have, they have or they don't have, but they're telling you that they're well versed in it. But they're potentially doing something. They're potentially processing information wrong, but should have asked Cancer first. So you could have went through the Aquarian energy. You could have went through the Aquarian energy first before contacting the Cancer. So what's happening now is that the Aquarian energy may not be giving you the heads up that they did process something. They did process, or they didn't do something properly with your information. So they could have that could be how they end up sending it off to a Cancer. But the reason for why something odd happening with the Cancer, and the Cancer telling you that something is missing, is because the Aquarian energy may not realize that the Aquarian energy may not realize that a document is missing, or that you gave them, or that forgot to stamp also, or that you gave them something that they forgot to stamp, or you forgot to sign. They may not see that something there is missing, and they're sending it off to a Cancer and can't do the process. They're sending it off to a Cancer, and the Cancer can't do the processing. So the Cancer's coming to you. You think the Cancerian energy may have done something on purpose. You think they did, or they did not. It just depends. But it's Aquarian slip up. It has something to do with an Aquarian energy's slip up with some type of processing situation here. That's why the 9 of Swords and the Aries element complaining and annoyed. They may not have a right to be annoyed because the Aries element may have had those same with the Cancer. They may have had those same kind of situations with the Cancerian energy or the Aquarian energy, but still kept them. So when I said if the Aries element had that same kind of situation with the Aquarian energy, they still decided to keep them as a business partner. They still decided to keep them as an assistant, but don't see that they're an assistant. So when I said the Aquarian energy as an assistant to Aries and you or whoever, they don't see that they're an assistant. You see somebody to be an assistant to you. You see, but thinks they're benefiting. You see somebody to be some type of assistant to you, but they think that they're benefiting, or they're not swindling. You're swindling them, or they're also benefiting with you. They're not, or someone's going on with swindling them. But that the slip up that they did knowledge of that, the slip up that they potentially are doing, or they did, is because they have knowledge that pretending to have them as a business partner is because they have knowledge that you're pretending to want them to be a business partner, pretending to give them responsibility, and because of that is why they're giving it to lackadaisical Cancer. It's why they're sending their stuff off to a lackadaisical Cancer. Someone could be lackadaisical about the kind of interactions that the Aquarian energy has with your things. You're just sending it off to a Cancer, but it's only because they have knowledge. They have knowledge of something is stolen from them that you took from them. So the treatment, it has to do with treatment and knowledge. That's why the 9 of Swords energy is your energy and theirs. Because you're aware that they're deceived, that you're aware that the Aquarian energy they're deceived, or they're trying to deceive you, or you feel deceived by them, but it's only because you deceived them, or whatever it is. 9 of Swords, 10 of Wands energy there, But Aries thinks you should look for a new business partner. Aries thinks whatever fire sign energy could be dealing with an external Sag, but I feel like you're heavily dealing with Aries elements with an S and a Leo. Aries elements and Leo. They're helping you. Aquarian stealing. They're helping you with an Aquarian energy that's stealing, or you don't know that they're stealing, whatever it is. Or the Aquarian energy may feel like they've gotten that they've been getting stolen from, but your business partners. They feel like they've been stolen from, but it's from your business partners, some type of partner that you have. And that could be why you're giving them things to process and hold, but they're not doing it, or they're not logging it in, or they're not processing the information on purpose. However you want to look at processing information, literally information like in the computer, or processing like in their mind, processing what you processing that you're going to have with them, processing a conversation or a discussion that you're going to potentially have with them. You're thinking that someone isn't processing it properly, but it has to do with benefits. It has to do with benefits, and it has to do with their information or how to utilize their information. That's why the Nine of Swords is with the Ten of Wands energy. Interesting. The Three of Swords energy is in the present. All right, but some of it's sad. So the Three of Swords energy, the air is air sign element. So something that they realize, something that they're starting to realize is making them uncomfortable, but got Libra involved. So when I said that, the Aquarian energy contact Libra, the Aquarian energy may end up contacting a Libra, or the Three of Swords sad about Libra. The Three of Swords energy is that you may end up feeling remorseful about a Libra, or the fact that the Aquarian energy felt the need, but that's their ex. So when I said getting the Aquarian energy getting a Libra involved, that's the Aquarian energy's ex business partner. That's their ex friend. That's their ex coworker, ex colleague, ex whatever. That's what the Three of Swords, but don't want them involved. So if it's a Libra, you don't want the Aquarian energy to get a Libra involved in transaction. You don't want the Aquarian energy to get a Libra involved in some type of transaction, but they've been a part of a business deal for a while, or that long standing. So when I said they're a long standing business partner, lover to someone. So they're a long standing friend to someone, the Aquarius. They're a long standing business partner, family member. They've been around somebody, what do you call it? They're connected to the Aquarian energy in the sense where they're a partner, they're a friend, they're family member to the Aquarian energy there. And that could be the help, that could be the secretive help that the Aquarian energy is receiving to your information, and also the Aries elements information there. But extract Libra. So when I said that, something could be going on here with needing to extract, but too late to do so. So extracting a Libra, or trying to get a Libra element extracted, it's the Aquarian energy's fault into the reason to why a Libra is even involved here. But where do they come from? So the Three of Swords, where did Libra come from? Where Aquarian fault? If a Libra is involved in some type of interesting situation here, it's because of the called them. It's because the Aquarian energy called them. They may have ended up calling the Libra to complain to them their information. They're calling the Libra to complain to the Libra that something is stolen about their information. But you're using the Aquarian energy's information. The Aquarian energy could be finding that out because of the Aries or whatever external fire sign energy. The Aquarian energy may end up finding that out because of the external fire sign. Well, why would they tell the Aquarian finding that out because of external fire sign energies? Why would they tell them that? Why would they tell them that I'm using? Why would the Aries? Why would the external fire sign energies tell the Aquarian energy that I have their stuff that for benefits? I have their stuff for benefits. I'm using their stuff for their information and things for my benefit. I get children. I'm using their stuff for my children and things of that nature. Why would the Aries go back to the Aquarian and give them that information? So what's happening? Something could actually end up being the Aries element's fault. But if something is their fault, it could be conversation that they constantly keep. This is behind the scenes conversations that the Aries elements are constantly having with the Aquarian energy about your things or their things. Or if you have children, that's how your children benefits off of the Aquarian energy's things. And the Aquarian energy, all that, the swindling, all that is tied into how the Aquarian energy could be finding out that they're getting swindled in a business deal or by their own business partners, because their own business partners are interconnected to your business partners. But it's a mistake. So when I said that, it's a mistake for you. It's a mistake for that interconnection to even happen. But at the same time, you don't even know that the interconnection is there, or the interconnection because of a Libra, it exists there. That's why the Three of Swords is in the present position. But our information being moved around. Three of Swords, that's how information is getting moved around here in the business deal and in the family environment. Family is intertwined. Your business, like I said earlier on in the reading, your business your business transactions, your business affiliations and things of that nature they're interconnected or they're intertwined into your family environment and personal and private relationships and things of that nature, but can't extract Aquarian. So when I ran through that, it's impossible for you to extract the Aquarian energy. It's impossible for you to extract them because I keep getting long standing because they're in something or they've been in something. They're long standing. They're long standing business partner. They've been somewhere for a long period of time, so you can't extract them. But that's what Libra said. That's why the Three of Swords and Nine of Swords is there. You can't let them go because they're going. Beneficiary. They're going to be a beneficiary for as long as you're alive. They're going to be a beneficiary with your things, or you're going to be a beneficiary on their things forever. It just depends, and it's going to be impossible. But lawyer not working hard enough. So the Three of Swords in the present, a lawyer isn't working hard enough to break that. A lawyer isn't working. You think a lawyer isn't working hard enough to break that interconnection that you have here between Libras and Aquarian energies. And it could be your fault or the Aries knowledge. It's your fault or Aries elements knowledge into that. The future has the Death card, sign of Scorpio, okay? Your instincts has the King of Swords. There's your Aquarian energy. That's a male. It could also be, it's a King of Swords. So I do see that as Gemini energy isn't coming through heavily, but you could be dealing with Gemini. But an Aquarian could be Libra females, could be Aquarian energies that are females. But it's a King of Swords, Aquarian male. It's a King of Swords because an Aquarian male is shown up here heavily. It's Aquarian male that's showing up there really heavily there. Okay, in the instincts. All right, but thinking about them. So you're thinking about, but deceive. You're thinking that you deceive them. But I keep feeling this feeling. You deceive them with their own business partners if they're separate from you. Someone is deceptive because you're deceiving them with their own business partners, or you secretively do business with their. But that's what the travel is for. So the King of Swords energy. That's what the travel is for. That's what you're taking some type of travel for, or that could there. Okay, I'll go with you first. If you from the beginning with the airports, Aquarian's information, the airports, and what do you call it, the Ubers, and the what's another example of some type of motor truck, regular car or bus, whatever. It's with their information. So something that you're doing there with traveling, it's with the Aquarian energies information. But the reason, the Ten of Wands, Nine of Swords, Three of Swords, is that they find out you're dealing with their business partners. If they're really separate from something that you have going on here, they're finding out that they're finding out, or the reason to why you're traveling is to meet up with their lawyer. The reason why you're traveling secretively, or you're not telling them where you're going, is to meet up with a lawyer that they have. It's to potentially, or that could be. I get doing that for a while. That could be something that you've been doing for a while, and you haven't been telling them that. But it has something to do with their business partner. It has something to do with their lawyer that you've been having secretive meetings with. So this I'll give you a perfect example. This is like you could be telling me going to work. You could be telling the Aquarian energy that you're going to work, but the swords kind of represent phone communication to me as well. But the swords, you calling the Aquarian energy's lawyer or their business partners, but we're friends. So you may be friends with the Aquarian energy's business partners, their lawyers and things. You have a tight bond with those elements for some reason, or you have a tight bond, but they think so. This Aquarian energy, if it's an Aquarian energy that's a male, they may be thinking that you do have you do not, or it's a fake bond that you have with this person. I just want their business partners. A fake bond that you have with this person. I just want their business partners. I just want their lawyer contact. I just want their lawyer's information. Whatever it is. I just want their business partner's information. But that's happening behind the scenes. So when I said it, Three of Swords, Nine of Swords, that is what's happening behind the scenes with their personal private affairs. That's what's happening behind the scenes with the Aquarian energy's personal private affairs, or people that they confide in. You are tied to people that they confide in separately. People that they confide in separately for something that you have going on here, you are tied to, or you're interconnected to because of Aries. You're interconnected to because of an Aries element, whatever Aries elements and Libra elements. They're friends. They're their friends. They're their business partners. They're their exes. They're their coworkers. They're their colleagues or exes. Sometimes X something, or they're their lawyer, or it's their lawyer that you keep calling. It's their lawyer you keep calling. It's their lawyer, some type of lawyer that they have attached to them. It's their lawyer that they keep calling. Whatever the reason is, they need a lawyer hungrily all the time. Protect their stuff. They need a lawyer to protect their things from you. or they may need a lawyer overseas. If it's this air sign male, they may just need a lawyer to oversee how the information is being used by you. Or they could have contacted their own lawyer to oversee something that you have going on, and making me nervous when I said that, something about that knowledge, when I hit that last note, that's what's making you nervous. Something about that is making you nervous. Whatever, the Cam Swords energy being in the instincts. But stop dealing with their friends, or don't contact lawyers. Don't contact their lawyers. Don't contact their friend. Don't contact their friends. But there's something that's really interesting about this. This is like, if you're not outwardly, if you don't know, okay, here's a perfect example. If you don't know this elements, okay, they could be they could be responsible for introducing you to a lawyer that they have, but we share. So when I said you may share a lawyer with this person, but something is also secretive. Something that's also secretive about, if you know that, you don't know that, or they don't know that, whatever it is. Something is also, you share that, both of you know that, but something is also secretive about a conversation that our lawyer. Something is also secretive about a conversation that you're having. You're saying our lawyer. Something is also secretive about a conversation that you're having with. You're saying our lawyer. So what's happening with this is that the secretive conversation, their money, the secretive conversation, you're saying our lawyer, that you're having with you and this element's lawyer, is their benefits. It's their benefits. It's their money. How to give to children. I get college fund. How to use their money to put into my children's college fund or my own college fund. But that's what Aries said. So the 10 of Wands energy, that's what Aries said. Is the Aries trying to give you? Is an Aries element trying to give you that information? The Aries element may be trying to give you that information, or the Aries saying that. Okay, the Aries element saying that could be something that you yourself shared with an Aries element, but repeated it, or they repeated it, or you sharing that with wrong move. You sharing that with an Aries may have been a wrong move. You sharing that with a Libra may have been, but I feel the Libra's tied to them. Or you and them could be tied to the Libra, but I feel like external fire sign. I feel like an external fire sign that you're having a conversation with. They're tied to you, yes, but you're sharing with them how you use Aquarian. You're sharing with them how you use something that belongs to an Aquarian energy. You're sharing with them how, but you're sharing with them how, but what's happening, something about that is the 3 of Swords energy in the present. Something about that is a mistake. Don't know they talk to each other. Something about that is a mistake because you don't know how the external fire sign energies talk to an Aquarian energy. You don't know how they talk or how they share what you think you're getting away with, how they share what you think you're getting away with to each other. And you don't know, you also don't know that those conversations are happening. And it could be because of a lawyer. It could be because of a lawyer that information is being shared the way it is. It could be because of a lawyer into the reason to why information is being shared the way it is, through conversations, through documents, or I feel heavily a conversation that was reiterated. Something is being reiterated here all the time to someone, but they're not supposed to hear it. It's a lawyer in the middle. I feel like a lawyer is in the middle, and you're on your end, in the Aquarian energy on another end. Whoever else are Aries, everybody's on their own ends with a lawyer in the middle. The lawyer is in the middle, and so things are being from this. The lawyer, like a sunflower thing. The lawyer's in the middle, and people are reiterating things to the lawyer, or relaying things to the lawyer from different ends. But that's what's causing confusion. So when I said 3 of Swords energy, that's what's causing confusion and hectic energy in a business deal, or something going on with transactions and benefits and whatever it is that's going on, and money using someone else's money and things of that nature. So they know. They know that those interactions are happening, or they don't. It just depends on what's going on there. It's really interesting. The accomplishment has the Four of Swords energy right next to the Ten of Wands. So the Four of Swords, typically, the Four of Swords, thinking too much. The Four of Swords is your mental mind, and there's a lot of swords here. So that's why I heavily feel like Aquarians, when S, you're heavily dealing with Aquarians. You're more, these readings are broad, so there's multiple Aquarian energies that you possibly could be dealing with. But one is acting erratically. So when I say multiple Aquarian energies that you could be dealing with, one of them is acting erratically. They're acting erratically out of the knowledge of their stuff being used. They're acting erratically off of the knowledge of how their stuff is being used, but I also get who's using it. So if they don't know, they may know that you're using it, but they don't know how. They know you're using it, but they don't know how. But I also was getting this feeling of who else is using Libra. When I said who else is using it, it's a Libra also that they're tied to, that you're tied to. You could have introduced those elements, but not yet. Introducing those elements together, you didn't do that yet. You didn't introduce an Aquarian energy to a Libra, my business partner. You didn't introduce an Aquarian energy to a Libra that's your business partner yet. That's why the spirit emphasizing yet. The spirit don't realize the tactic. The spirit emphasizing yet is because the Aquarian energy doesn't realize the scheme. The Aquarian energy may not realize that something is being schemed that's happening around them, or they don't realize that something is a scheme with you reeling a Libra to replace them. You reeling in a Libra to replace them. You're trying to reel in a Libra to replace them, with whatever the situation. Replace them in the sense where replace them as a helper, replace them as an assistant, replace them as a friend, replace them in the sense where their benefits, replace them in the sense where it has something heavily to do with the Aquarian energy's benefits. But that's why I need Libra. So Three of Swords energy in the present, that's why I need a Libra. It could be a Libra dude with that you're thinking about right here in your instincts. That could be why you want to replace it. If it's not replaced, if you're not replacing the Aquarian energy with a Libra, I get taxes also. If you're not doing that, then it has something to do with joining a Libra on an Aquarian energies without their permission. Joining a Libra on an Aquarian energies taxes without their permission. That's why the Four of Swords is next to the Ten of Wands. You're trying to join a Libra on an Aquarian energies taxes, or money that they receive, a government funds that the Aquarian energy receives, or they may have used to work for the government, or they had some type of government job or whatever. But people wean off of their stuff. People just wean off of their things, and some of this, that's why the Three of Swords energy is there. So you could be a part of doing. Just knowing you could be a part of doing this on them, or you just know that you just may know that that's happening to them like that. Is that happening to you with these elements? Not really. I don't feel like this is happening to you with these elements. I feel like you could be one of the beneficiaries joining someone in. I feel like you could be one of the beneficiaries, but you're joining someone else in. You're trying to join however many people, just Libra. When I say however many people, just a Libra. But why won't you talk to the Aquarian, or why won't Libra think so? So when I said talk to the Aquarian, Libra thinks you should have a conversation with the Aquarian energy first before join people on their taxes, before you decide to join people on their taxes, but wrongdoing. So when I said something's wrongdoing with that, But I wanted to get back to the point where I was going on tangents. I wanted to get back to the point where when something about you having somebody join something, but the spirit said the introduction that you introducing someone to somebody else. I wanted to get back to the point. The spirit emphasized yet. You didn't do it yet, but the spirit emphasizing that is the Aquarian energy. The Aquarian energy is finding out how their tax is being used, the information for the tax is being used. The lawyer has, but the spirit emphasized yet because they're finding out. Okay, what you're trying to do that the spirit deems to be shady or not shady. What the spirit deems you to be doing that's shady. The Aquarian energy is already finding out. The Aquarian energy is already finding out there. So a lawyer could be trying to protect Aquarian. A lawyer could be trying to give the Aquarian energy that heads up. That's their way of protecting the Aquarian energy. If they're an external air sign element, that's a man. Or that's the external air sign element is joining on taxes. The external air sign element that's not an Aquarian, they're not. It could be another Aquarian energy, or it's a Libra that you're joining on Aquarian energies, taxes, and that could be why they're complaining to lawyer. They need to call lawyer. Three of Swords energy in the present, Four of Swords in the accomplishment right next to the Ten of Wands. Very interesting. This is very interesting that this is happening the way it is. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Right. All right. So a lot of this shady, a lot of this that's happening is really shady for some reason. I think before I go any further, I really think that you discuss with Aquarian energy first before you decide to have conversations with a lawyer that you both share, but they may also have their own that they hooked up. They may also have their own separate. You may share a lawyer with them, but they may also have their own separate lawyer that they hooked up to watch Libra. That they hooked up to watch a Libra that you're tied to. That they hooked up to watch whatever external business partner that you ask to join, some that you have, whatever you have going on with the Aquarian energy that's intimate in terms of benefits and things of that nature. Whoever you're trying to join, the Aquarian energy contacted their own separate lawyer to go watch and stalk that person that you're trying to join. But protect them. So protect the Aquarian, protect the person that you're trying to join into something that is potentially going to benefit on their stuff. Protect that person, because somebody's trying to somebody may end up threatening somebody here, or contacting their own lawyer or their own investigator to watch somebody that watch their own investigator. Well, no, not watch their investigator. They found their own investigator to go watch beneficiary. They found their own investigator, or somehow they have money to pay for their own investigator to go watch and stalk someone that you are potentially going to have join a business deal, potentially replace them, potentially benefit off of their stuff. I mean, it would only be right for you to have a discussion with them first, because if you don't have a discussion with them and you just do something, somebody could end up potentially acting erratic in really erratic way here for some reason. Okay, whatever. The Judgment energy is right next to the Nine of Swords and the spiritual self. So you're thinking that you're going to fix Judgment here right next to the Nine of Swords energy, but that's already been happening. So Judgment energy and the spiritual self next to the Nine of Swords, that has already been happening. It's already been happening with the air signs. It's already been happening with the fire sign energies there. But they just oversee what you have. The fire sign energies may just oversee what you have. They just oversee what you have. They don't oversee external air sign men. They may not necessarily oversee what's going on interesting, but multiple lawyers. So when I said it, there's multiple lawyers here. There's multiple lawyers interconnected and intertwined in some type of situation here. There's multiple of them. But the Ten of Swords, the fire sign energies, your lawyer, the fire sign energies may just oversee, or they just communicate with your lawyer, your business partner, your whatever, your colleague, whatever. They just communicate with what you have going on personally. And they may not. That's why the Ten of Wands is next to the Four of Swords. The Ten of Wands, if the fire sign energies only deal with yours, that's what they said. The fire sign energies only dealing with your stuff. That's what they said. But that could be a lie. You know what I mean? Like that could end up being a lie. That could end up being a lie. It just depends on what's going on there. They're trying to tell you, you're my only client. I'm trying to tell you, you're my only client. You're my only trusted business partner, but they don't believe, or you don't believe them. You don't believe them, and they. That's why I said you don't believe, or vice versa. Somebody believes somebody here if the fire sign energies only, or that could be something that they're saying, that they only oversee your stuff for you. But it's not true. The Four of Swords, that's why the Four of Swords is right next to that energy. It's not true. It's not true. The Aries elements, it's not true. Leo, it's not true. It's not true. Okay. Woo, sign of Virgo is right here in your mentality with the King of Swords, but they talk still. So the Virgo male, it could be male or female, whatever. The Virgo still has conversations with the Aquarian energy that's a man. They still talk with each other, whatever air sign do, Libra, whatever air sign element that's a guy. The Libra still has conversations. Libra, Aquarian, whatever. The air sign, the King of Swords still has conversations with the Virgo. The Aquarian energy is coming through heavily. I feel like that's definitely them. But whatever external air sign elements that are men, they still have conversations with a Virgo. They still have conversations with what's happening. They have conversations with a Virgo about what's happening still. Are you talking to, but need to contact? I'm looking at them. You need to contact a Virgo. Complain about King of Swords. You need to contact a Virgo to complain about a King of Swords. But that's why they're not somewhere. So when I said that, that's why a Virgo is not somewhere. That's why they moved. That's why they are, what do you call it? That's why they moved. That's why they changed jobs. That's why they whatever. That's why they disappeared. They don't want to hear complaint. They don't want to hear a complaint that you constantly keep finding out something. They don't want to hear about a complaint that you constantly keep having about a King of Swords because it has something to do with King of Swords energy potentially realizing something. And because they're realizing something, they're going to act erratically. They're starting to realize something, so they're eventually going to start acting erratically. And that could be what disappeared. That could be why a Virgo disappeared from a situation here. With the Virgo and the Virgo energy right here in the mentality, if it's Virgo. So if it's not necessarily a sign of Virgo that you're complaining to this element about, it's not really, it's just Hermit energy with them finding out stuff. The Hermit energy, King of Swords, they're just finding out things. They're just finding out things. It just depends on what's happening. It's Hermit energy, business deal. It's Hermit energy, information. Hermit energy, what lawyers did. But finding out more than one lawyer exists, or there's multiple. The Spirit emphasized there's multiple lawyers because the Spirit emphasizing that there's multiple lawyers is because you're in a situation. You're in a situation. I'll give you a perfect example. You're in a situation with a business partner, and you made a deal with that business partner. You said we're going to share a lawyer. We're going to share one lawyer for this particular situation, but didn't listen. When I said it, somebody didn't listen to that. Somebody may not have listened halfway, or they didn't listen at all. They didn't listen to that. So you yourself or them themselves went off and find an extra lawyer. You didn't listen to it. They didn't listen to it. We both betrayed. When I said we both betrayed a situation here. We both betrayed. You know, I get scared. Something is scary, or something could be making somebody scared for some reason. I don't know. Something is scary about when I read through that example. Something is making somebody nervous and scared. They said that earlier on in the reading, but the Spirit said scared. Somebody could be scared here. Someone could be scared of something. Someone. I had realization. Somebody's scared of a realization of something. Somebody's nervous. More than one lawyer. That more than one lawyer. This is like you have a business partner. You said, okay, you have a business partner. You told the business partner we're going to share a lawyer, but you or them don't trust the other. So you're going to find your own. But that's what's scary. Going to find their own. That's what's scary. Private investigators that acquire beneficiaries. Private investigators that someone hooked up to go see who your beneficiaries are. That something there is making me nervous. Something about that making you nervous. Making the King of Swords energy nervous. Whatever. What's changing is the, what do you call this? Jesus Christ. Magician. I forgot for a second. The Magician card is what's changing, but not using mysticism. The Magician in a changing position, you're not using mysticism. You're deciding not to use mysticism, whatever the hell that means. Were you using it, but they do. You decide not to use mysticism anymore, or that could be something that you don't do. They do. I get to protect. They do to protect something that they have going on with you, but I get to find out something. They utilize something mystically to find out something that you're doing to them, or to find out something, period. Whatever it is. To reveal something, to expose something. But what you're doing. When I say expose something, they utilize something mystically to expose something that you're doing. To expose something that you're doing, something you have been doing. So the reason why you're not somewhere, travels and airports and information and giving and somebody giving information and processing it wrong on purpose, whatever it is. But somebody knows you're trying to make those travels, but someone knows why you're making the travel. Somebody knows why you're making the travel. Somebody knows why you're doing it. And somebody, you're not openly revealing why you're doing it. But somebody hooked up private investigator. Somebody hooked up their own private investigator to go do that. Wow. Find out if it's not that, then it's beneficiaries and things of that nature that somebody hooked up to go figure out. Somebody partner, your business partner. They hooked up. I keep getting They hooked up a private investigator that somehow they have the money to pay for to go figure out who else you had on their taxes and things of that nature, their information, whatever it is. And you don't know. Three of Swords, you're realizing something. Why someone isn't home. Somebody's realizing why you're not home at a particular time. Why you're leaving, why you're having somebody come by. What are these meetings? What are they talking about? If it's a benefit, you could be speaking in another language so Aquarian won't understand. You could be speaking in another language so an Aquarian energy won't understand. So somebody won't understand something. So Cancer words and whoever. So somebody won't understand something also. Wow. The resolution has the Two of Wands going towards the Death card. Death card is sign of Scorpio. I did say Cancer was involved. That's the only water sign energy. The Cancer is behind the. If the element doesn't show up here, then they're behind the scenes working. They're just behind the scenes working on a case that's happening. I consider this to be a case. They're on a case working out something here. But the Cancer isn't heavily involved with this nonsense. So the Cancer may not be heavily involved with some type of element of nonsense that is going on here also. That could be why they're really behind the scenes, you know. The Two of Wands is your energy and other fire signs going towards Aries. Doesn't want to be involved. Aries may not want to be involved anymore. They don't want to be involved. But somebody watches them also. The Two of Wands, somebody watches the Aries elements also. That could be why they only handle your things. That could be why they only handle your information for you. Because they may be aware, someone's paranoid about them also. They may end up being paranoid and craziness and whatever it is also. And that could be why extract from business. That could be why they want to extract from business deal. But it's a Cancer's energy fault, but only because they're finding out that they have been getting betrayed or they were betrayed into why they're doing something really interestingly here to you and your partner, or you're with them and you're deceiving them. You are not. You're not paying them, paying attention to someone, whatever. Two of Wands going towards the Scorpio. You may need looking for it. You may end up looking for a Scorpio energy for some reason. You may need a Scorpio, you know. Aries may know where, so whatever external fire sign, Leos, whatever, they may know where Scorpio element has stuff. When I hit Leo, when I said contacting Leo and Aries, they know that a Scorpio element has your thing. They know a Scorpio has your stuff. You know, you could be, that's who I'm going to have to go to. You need the patience to go towards a Scorpio. That's who I'm going to have to go to. That's who I'm going to have to leave my stuff with. That's what the Scorpio. The Scorpio could be the lawyer. The Scorpio could be the like earlier on in the reading. The Scorpio could be the lawyer that you need to hire. The Scorpio could be the lawyer that you need to hire that you're not telling the King of Swords energy that you know. The lawyer could be ex-friend. The lawyer could be an ex-friend. Yes, it's a possibility. The sun, sorry, not the sun. Yes, the sun. You have Leo here also. The what's it called? I'm getting tired. What the hell is this? The Scorpio could be giving you a good option. The Scorpio just giving you a good option into what to do. Or the Scorpio could be unnamed lawyer. The Scorpio could be the unnamed lawyer that you are hooking up that the King of Swords doesn't know about. That's what I'm trying to say. They could be that. But Virgo's recommendation, that the Scorpio could be a Virgo's recommendation. The Scorpio could be a Virgo's recommendation. That could be why you're contacting the Virgo. It could be somebody that they know or someone that they work with or a business partner that a Virgo has can help. A business partner that a Virgo has that you're tied to can help. And it could be a Scorpio. Whatever. If it's not that, they're just somebody, they're just a friend or someone that they could be it could be someone that you haven't introduced to Aquarian. They're just someone that you haven't introduced to an Aquarian energy yet. So I say yet. Wow. But them coming is major. Them coming in, it's major. Or it's just Death card energy because if it's not only Scorpio, then it's just Death card energy because realization. It's just Death card energy because of somebody's realizing something. You're realizing something. Let's do with a realization of what's happening here. All right, let's see what the outcome is. lawyers, and going to the airport. You're going to the airport, for example. Why isn't something being processed properly? Going to the airport, somebody's telling you missing ID. Somebody's trying to tell you you're missing an ID, or something is off or wrong about your ID. I don't know. It's interesting, but it has whatever it is. You're realizing there's more than one lawyer. Somebody's realizing that there's more than one lawyer somewhere. Whatever, you know that somebody doesn't know that. Whatever it is, but whatever somebody is real, you're realizing something. The King of Swords, the Aquarian, the Virgo. I feel like the Virgo and the Cancerian energies behind the scenes. They're behind the scenes. The Aries element trying not to be in the scene. The Aries elements they're trying not to be in the scene here. They're trying not to be in the scene. They're trying not to. If Leo, they're trying not to be in the scene. They're trying not to be. What's happening with these air sign men and information. They're realizing something. You're realizing something. Lawyers, it's more than one lawyer somewhere. Somebody doesn't know exists, whatever it is. Or lawyers. What else is a shady situation that's going on here? Lawyers, their information, IDs, stalkers, private investigators, whatever. Somebody's realizing that a private investigator telling them. Somebody's starting to realize that a private investigator is telling them, whatever it is. Watching them, stalking them. Where they going? What lawyer office is that, are they going into that, or they hooked up someone to go watch you do that? Whatever. All right, let's see what the outcome is here. Sag. Four of Pentacles energy, Earth sign energy. Need their advice. You need Virgo advice. The only Earth sign energy that's shown up here. You need Virgo advice if it's shown up like that, or it could be whatever Earth sign energy that is here. I mean, they're the only Earth sign energy that's shown up here. But the Four of Pentacles could be whatever Earth sign. You could be dealing with Taurus and really behind the scenes. When they hit Taurus, they're really behind the scenes. Capricorn, really, don't want to be involved. Capricorn don't want to be involved. Virgo helping limited. But Taurus really behind the scenes don't see something. The Taurus may not see something that's happening here. Capricorn don't want to be involved, but know something secretively. So Capricorn not wanting to be involved, they just know something secretively, but they may not be sharing that with you. The Four of Pentacles in the outcome, or they're not sharing that with this person, but trying to ask. The Capricorn energy not sharing something with a King of Swords. They're trying to ask them something, or trying to ask a Taurus energy something. King of Swords. I'm trying to be cryptic with the Earth sign, but not going to open up. Trying to be cryptic with the Earth sign. The Earth sign energy isn't going to open up, or the King of Swords isn't going to open up about something that's going on here. But the Four of Pentacles in its fixed meaning, it means that you're trying to save money. Whatever it is you're trying to save, you could be trying to save your own money, but that's the tactic. Trying to save your own money, that's the tactic. That's the tactic. Spirit said that's the tactic. Whatever's happening is in here, it has not using your own. It has to do with not using your own money, saving your own money. Whatever. I'm not going to do another outcome. I feel like this is pretty set. I mean, if that pretty much clarifies why people are moving interestingly here. That pretty much clarifies why people are moving really interestingly here with something. Okay? All right, Sag, let me know how it resonates. Be well. Take care. Bye.